Well, good afternoon, everyone. Here we are on the 13th of June, 2017, in the library, actually, of Answers in Genesis here at the Creation Museum. And I have a couple of special guests with me today. And if you're intrigued by the question I asked, what do Islam and Mormonism have in common? I've got someone here to answer that, one of our staff members, and there's a reason why he's going to be able to answer this and talk about some other interesting topics. So I'm here with Roger Nephilim. I call him Roger Nephilim because I have to look up to you, Roger. How tall are you?
I'm only 5'18", so not that tall.
5'18". Okay, that's one way of putting it. That's like me when people ask me what my age is, and I say 59 plus 6.
There you go. Yeah.
So there we are. So it helps me feel young and vibrant. Well, here we are, Roger Patterson and Dr. Tommy Mitchell over here on my left. Tommy and I actually play cribbage a lot, and last time we played, he lost. I just thought I'd just mention that. Very important news item.
I'm still waiting for the invite to the match because I'll take you on.
Okay, we'll take him on. Okay, cribbage match. We're going to take you on. If you don't know what cribbage is, you need to look it up. But that's our favourite game, isn't it, Tommy? We spend hours playing cribbage, and I spend it. And I don't know what it is. I just seem to win all the time. Is that true?
You're the boss.
No, I don't win all the time, but I did last time. Okay, so we always talk about nothing, so people sort of get on, they get their notifications and they get on here, so I just talk about nothing, although it really is something that you lost at cribbage again. But, okay, so coming up we have a World Religions Conference, July 24 to 27, and we've got hundreds of people already booked in, but Roger, you're one of the authors of the World Religions and Cults series. I think it's one of the most comprehensive sets of books dealing with world religions and cults. You see the chart that you people generated. So tell us, first of all, what have Islam and Mormonism in common?
Well, one of the key things would be the idea that there's new and ongoing revelation, that there's not a closed canon. And along with that comes the idea of prophets who have come after Jesus to reveal new truth to the world. And so the idea of ongoing revelation and ongoing prophets coming to deliver the message of God in various forms ties a lot of the religions that have popped up after the time of Christ.
And the works-based religions, but so are all religions based on man's words, aren't they?
Sure. We're looking at, in the 3-volume series that you mentioned, we look at a bunch of different groups. The first volume covers kind of the counterfeits of Christianity. So both Islam and Mormonism fall into that category because they look to the Bible in some sense to draw truth. They don't revere it in the same way that we do, and they think there are mistakes and errors in it, and it's been corrupted over time. That's another commonality between the two. And so they think Jesus is a prophet or a good man in many ways, and so there are lots of aspects that are similar to what we would believe, but still some very significant differences. The salvation being through some process of works and earning your righteousness is certainly one of the biggest flaws that would lead it to be a false religion.
So now at our World Religions Conference, which is the little flyer on it right here, July 24 to 27. July 24 to 27. Actually, we're holding it at a church halfway between the Creation Museum and the Ark, and people who come receive a 7-day unlimited entrance to Ark and Museum. Their immediate family gets a special 20% discount, and so they also get this wonderful conference.
Yeah, so with the conference, anybody who registers, pays for the conference, will receive a 7-day pass, good for the Ark Encounter and the Creation Museum, and that will go out as a code by email to the registrants, and they'll bring that and be able to get their pass. And as soon as they use that, they have a 7-day window to use it. So you could show up a few days before the conference, spend time at the Ark and the museum, or stay after the conference and continue to use your pass to get in there.
And when you think about the fact that for this conference and all these speakers, we have Ken Ham.
Ken Ham's going to kick off the conference.
I'm going to kick off the conference. And Bodie Hodge. Bodie is one of the authors, along with you, of the World Religions and Cults series. And then Dr. Tommy Mitchell, who's here on my left. And will you have anything intelligent to say? I hope you will.
I hope so.
And then Dr. Mark Bird. He's a professor actually at God's Bible College in the area. Todd Friel. Many people are familiar with Todd Friel. Dr. Ron Rhodes. What's his specialty?
Dr. Rhodes has written many books that cover different religious views, and his Reasoning from the Scriptures series is an excellent resource. So he'll be coming to talk about specifically about the New Age ideas related to all kinds of different blending of Hinduism and Buddhism and using crystals and all of that interesting
That'd be
stuff.
fascinating. And Dr. Thane Hutchison, Uri, and Dr. Carl Brogy. And in fact, the topics that'll be at this conference coming up. We have Dr. Corey Abney as well, Biblical Christianity.
We want to make sure we start out with a solid foundation. We know the Bible is our absolute authority, so we start the conference laying a firm foundation. What is a true Christian believe, and what does the Bible teach about
And I'm talking on two religions, because ultimately there are only two, God's Word or man's Word.
God's Word or man's Word.
And Bodie Hodge is doing refutations of world religions and Judaism. Dr. Tommy Mitchell, materialism and naturalism. I'll come back to that in a moment. Then Marks of a Cult, Jehovah's Witness, Buddhism, Confucianism, Hinduism, witchcraft and paganism, secular humanism, Mormonism, atheism, Satanism, and Islam. Wow, it's going to be a really interesting conference. We've never done a conference like this before. So what are you talking on, Tommy?
Materialism and naturalism. Basically, the whole basis of materialistic view of how things came to be. Not materialism in the sense of accumulating wealth, materialism in the sense that this idea and concept that matters all that matters.
Matters all that matters. Right. So you're gonna refute matter that matters all that matters, and make that talk matter.
Basically, I hope the talk does matter.
Yeah. Okay. Exactly. So we get that. So that's the World Religions Conference that's coming up. A very unique conference. And if you go to our website, answersingenesis.org, you'll be able to go to our calendar there, find out all the information. You can register right up until the day. You can do that. You can even register on the day if you want to. But we encourage people to go and register online if they can. Gives us an idea of numbers. We know there's already hundreds of people coming to the World Religions Conference because it's a very unique conference, actually. And then later on in the year, I just wanted to mention this one, we have on October 10, and it's actually October 10 to October 12, the Answers for Pastors and Christian Leaders Conference, which is now on our website too, and Dr. Tommy Mitchell is going to be speaking at that. It's designed for all Christian leaders, so it's not just for pastors, for any Christian leader, which even means, by the way, a dad as well,
sure,
right?
Yeah.
Fathers,
leaders in the home,
mothers, in fact, anyone. It's really good for everyone, but we specifically sort of direct it to people who are going to be leading in some sort of way.
Yeah, anybody who has a teaching role or involved in any type of leadership would really benefit from the conference.
And if you heard that thundering, it was not Tommy Mitchell having indigestion. Right. It's because there's a storm going overhead right now. It's probably the second storm. We just had one just a little bit before. And so actually the Answers for Pastors and Christian Leaders Conference is actually going to be here at the Creation Museum. The World Religions Conference we're holding at Florence Baptist Church. They have a beautiful facility. And in fact, we have the pastor, Dr. Corey Abney, speaking. He and I both kick off the World Religions Conference. But we're holding the Answers for Pastors and Christian Leaders Conference right here at the Creation Museum. We have a number of people speaking. For instance, special guest, Dr. Steve Gaines. He actually is from Nashville. Many people know of Dr. Steve Gaines, the current president of the Southern Baptist Convention. Mm-hmm. And then Dr. Terry Mortensen, who's one of our speakers, Bodie Hodge, Dr. Andrew Snelling, Dr. Tommy Mitchell, Dr. Georgia Purdom, Brian Osborne, and Ken Ham, whoever that guy is. And looks like, Roger, you're not speaking at that one.
Nope, they're letting me off the hook on that one. Yeah.
You're doing the World Religions Conference because that's one of your specialties. Okay, we got some questions?
Well, there's an early bird special for the Answers for Pastors.
There is an early bird special for the Answers for Pastors. If you go online, you'll be able to find out about the early bird special, and the early bird price available until August 1. So you'll be able to get that early bird price for the Answers for Pastors and Christian Leaders Conference. These conferences are getting more and more popular, and we always include with these conferences a way to get into the Ark and the Creation Museum. For instance, with the Christian Leaders Conference and Pastors Conference, all attendees receive free admission to the Creation Museum and the Ark Encounter, and their immediate family get a special discount.
Yes.
And with the World Religions Conference, we actually give them It's equivalent of $99. Do you know it's a 7-day unlimited ticket to the Ark and the Creation Museum is $99. We give that to them free if they register for the World Religions Conference.
On top of that, you've got great discounts on the resources we're offering.
Yeah, we're offering them 20%
20%
discount.
And for their family members who want to come.
And the World Religions and Cults series, and
Got the books over here.
here they are. This series here, I believe it's one of the most comprehensive sets you'll find. That Bodie Hodge, who works here at Answers in Genesis, and Roger Patterson were the general editors, and you found the best experts you could in all the various religions there.
Yeah,
and,
we've got
wrote
over
that series.
40 authors helping us out, lending their expertise to these different volumes.
And you can get them as a set right on the Answers in Genesis website. But this set has been so popular, the information here is so popular, that we thought, hey, it'd be great to do a conference and invite some of these experts in, and so cover a whole range of those topics, which is exactly what we're doing. And, you know, Volume 3 to me is a really important one too, Roger. Maybe we could talk a little bit about that. And you're sort of dealing with part of this too, Tommy, aren't you, with materialism?
Right, my chapter's in Volume 3.
And your chapter is in Volume 3, so you read a chapter in here, and that's what you're going to deal with at the conference. Because many people don't realize that atheism, maybe you could hold the microphone there for me. Let me read through these. What's here in Volume 3. So we've got secular and atheistic religions overview. Then we go atheism, agnosticism, secular humanism, Nazism, Scientology, communism, postmodernism, Epicureanism, dualism, Christian syncretism, the religion of naturalism, materialism, which is what you're dealing with at the conference, empiricism, and so it goes on. People don't realize that these are all religions. That's what they are.
That's, as I've done radio interviews and things, that's been one of the most common questions. Why do we think of atheism as a religion? But it's a worldview. It's a guiding philosophy that people pursue these things. And atheism itself might not have a lot of those principles, but it's one of the fundamental tenets for secular humanism, that man is the measure of all things, and it's man who determines truth, and they look to man as the ultimate source of authority.
Well, atheists have beliefs about how life came about. They believe it came about by natural processes.
And they make ethical decisions based on those beliefs,
Yeah,
and
so
they make political
it's a religion.
decisions.
I mean, religion is a concept, a system of belief held to with ardor and faith. Wow, you can feel that. Yeah, thunder, that's a storm right now. Just a reminder, it is not Tommy Mitchell having indigestion. That is a storm. But atheism is religion. The atheists get so upset at me on Twitter and Facebook when I say atheism is religion. They say it is not a religion, it's non-belief. Well, it's not just non-belief, right?
It's not that they don't believe in anything. They believe in lots of things. And they use those beliefs to guide them in what they think and do.
Well, when they say non-belief, they mean they don't believe in God, which is a belief when you think about it. So their non-belief is a belief. So
There's some questions.
some questions, okay.
Yeah, someone was just asking how they can watch this live stream after it's finished. Where can they go?
Watch the
This live stream.
this live stream.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, on my Facebook, it'll automatically be there. So you can also go to our Answers in Genesis YouTube channel. So we have a YouTube channel for Answers in Genesis. We also have one for Ark Encounter Creation Museum. But just go to Answers in Genesis YouTube channel, because we'll actually put it on there. All the Facebook Lives we do, we put on there. But it'll just stay on my Facebook as well. As soon as we finish it, it'll be there.
And then will the conferences be live streamed?
Will the conferences be live streamed?
I'm not sure about the world religions. They've typically done a couple of the evening sessions for people, but we do plan on recording them, and the ultimate goal is to be able to produce a set of resources, not just the videos, but an online course that would be built around the teaching that's on those videos, the speakers who are going to come, using the books as resources. And our hope there is that we can really equip people to understand what other people think, how they're thinking, to make their gospel witness more effective, that they can share the hope of Christ with more zeal and compassion, realizing that these people are caught up in these false systems of belief.
So, you know, it's sort of complicated, particularly when we're using another facility in regard to live stream, because then you've got to make sure you've got the right bandwidth and so on, and the right equipment. And here at Answers in Genesis and the Creation Museum, for instance, the Answers for Pastors and Christian Leaders Conference, will live stream selected talks from that. for the World Religions Conference, we may do the same. So if people just keep an eye on our website, we'll advertise that. We may do some selected ones, but we're actually going to video record the entire conference and turn it into an online course.
Yes, so that'll be a great resource for people to get a hold of and use in their local churches for Sunday school classes and just equipping the saints for that work of going out and sharing the hope of Christ.
Anything else? Maria, no other questions there right now. So, Dr. Mitchell, at the Answers for Pastors and Christian Leaders Conference, what are you speaking on there?
I'm talking about the age of the earth.
And what are you going to say about it?
It's not old.
It's young.
It's not old.
It's not old.
I mean, the impact of the whole belief in the millions of years and how it impacts the church in this day and age.
Because really, it's the age of the earth is really a key issue in regard to what's happened to undermine biblical authority in our modern world in this era. And it really comes out of naturalism. That's what it's all about, which is atheism.
Yeah, and we were just chatting before we went live here. The books that we have here in the library, not just Christian resources, but secular resources that talk about evolutionary theory and ideas. And looking up here, a dictionary of Christianity and science. There's just been a huge explosion in the last 3 to 5 years of people writing on all of these different topics related to the age of the earth. Christian authors trying to blend those ideas together with the Bible. Yeah, those are some of the topics we'll hit.
And we'll definitely be dealing with that at the Answers for Pastors and Christian Leaders Conference, specifically dealing with those who try to add evolutionary ideas millions of years to the Bible, and we'll all have various topics on that. Maybe before we go, Roger, we can look at this chart up here. This comes with the set of the 3 volumes, World Religions and Cults books.
Yeah, if you buy that
and if you
box
buy the
set,
whole set, the box set, you actually get this chart.
Poster
Can you
comes
explain
in
that
with
chart
it.
real quickly?
The chart gives us a big picture look at different religious philosophies and a general idea of the timing and how they developed. So here we start with God's Word, the original true religion with Adam, the fall, flowing through the Tower of Babel. It's from Babel that we see a lot of these religious ideas starting to spread and influence different areas of the world. So we have over here the European and pagan mythologies and Greek and Egyptian stuff, and then we have a lot of the Eastern religions like Hinduism came out of what we call Vedism very early on, and the different streams that have flowed out of that, Jainism, Taoism, Hare Krishna, a lot of the different New Age beliefs. Buddhism over here, Zoroastrianism. So there's kind of a rough general timeline of when all of these things developed. Then at the time of Christ, we see different teachings pop up, and these different colors represent the different groups of people who are leading from using the Bible, but developing ideas in slightly different ways. So here we have the stream that comes out of Rome, what we know as Roman Catholicism today. Here's the Oriental Church, or the Eastern Orthodox group of churches. And over here we have these that flowed out of all of these different areas into different sects like the Anabaptists and Anglicans, Reformed. So this is the time of the Reformation through here. And then that follows through all the different groups that have developed out of that.
Right, it's really exploded in lots of different religions here, hasn't it?
Yeah, and you can notice like the ones in red that are here, these are ones that have really deficient thinking as far as it goes to the deity of Christ and the sufficiency of Christ for salvation, and various ideas that get twisted. They're using the Bible in some sense, but adding a lot of man's ideas to it.
Wow, that's a phenomenal chart, and that's great that it's included with that box set. And so this World Religions Conference is coming up next month, actually.
Yep,
coming up next month, the end of next month. This is a really unique conference, July 24, 27. You can still register, or you can even hold that up for you. You can still register, or you can even come just at the door if you really want to. But it's going to be a phenomenal conference, a unique opportunity. You'll be able to meet these various speakers too, and even have time to talk
and
to them.
Interact with them.
And interact with them.
Absolutely.
Is the only way to get that poster through the box set?
Is the only way to get that poster through the box set?
Oh, that's a great question.
Yes.
I'm not certain.
Right.
It would be available on the website if it is. If you go to our web store and type in World Religions poster, It may be available separately. I know initially it was only in the box sets, but they may
Yeah,
have
I'm not sure
released
if
it now.
there's always a problem with sending out posters, is what we find, and it's an issue of mailing and the cost of doing it and all the rest of it. So you could call customer service and say, please, 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 can I somehow get a copy of the poster?
I know it is available digitally. They can download it off the website for sure, even if there's not a print copy. of it.
Okay, and that's one good way of doing it. You know, I should know this. I'm the president.
You should.
I should know this. Yeah, but if I don't know it, then the staff should know it.
Okay,
Right.
we'll make up for it there. Sorry.
Okay, and many of you who are using the Answers Bible curriculum, our 3-year, well now it's a 4-year Bible curriculum. It's used by thousands of churches, our Sunday school curriculum. Roger, you're one of the main writers of that.
Yeah, I've been working on that project for about 1 million years now.
Yeah, it seems like it doesn't. It never ends.
Through the first iteration, and now we're on to the Answers Bible Curriculum 2, the second edition. We've updated and expanded lots of things. Great resource.
And
there.
you've been helping us also to revise, upgrade our online courses. We do have some online courses I can find out about on our website.
Yes, absolutely. Currently we have a Foundations in Creation Apologetics and our biology course, working on the geology course next.
So you can check those out as well. So it's been great to have with me today Dr. Tommy Mitchell, cribbage loser,
Just for now.
and speaker at the World Religions Conference and also at the Answers for Pastors and Christian Leaders Conference coming up, and Roger Patterson, one of the editors actually of the World Religions and Cult series, and also one of the speakers is going to be speaking at the World Religions Conference, which is a very unique conference, and I encourage people to come because, you know, you don't often bring speakers like this all together to deal with these particular topics.
Yeah, it's going to be a
way.
great pool of knowledge there to draw on.
We've just never done a conference like this before, so this is a unique opportunity. And for those who register, you actually get a pass to the Creation Museum and the Ark. It's a 7-day
window,
unlimited
yep.
pass, which is normally worth $99, and we give you that just as part of your registration, and 20% off your immediate family. If they come, they get 20% off their tickets to the Creation Museum and the Ark. And for the Answers for Pastors and Christian Leaders, they actually get free entrance to the Ark and the museum, and they get a discount for their immediate family as well. And you get to meet Dr. Tommy Mitchell at both conferences, actually. So there you are. And if any of you are interested in having Tommy out as a speaker too, he's one of our main speakers. You're out on the road a lot. You spend a lot of time on Delta Airlines,
I do.
in airports,
In airports.
at hotels,
At hotels.
and speaking.
Speaking.
And I know what it's like being out on the road. I've done it for 40 years. It gets a little weary after a while. But you can go there to request a speaker as well. So with that, we're going to sign off here from actually the library here. This is our research library, and there's a lot of books here, and we actually need to expand our library because we've got a lot downstairs as well in a storage area. But our writers, our researchers use a lot of the material here in this library. So we've got a lot of resources here at Answers in Genesis for all of our speakers and writers. So with that, we're going to sign off from the Answers in Genesis offices here, and encourage you to go to our website and check out those conferences and those books, the World Religions and Cult series, and also check out our online courses and our Answers Bible curriculum. There you are. There's your homework. Okay.